I always used to rake 1 and 2 double to get yourself your space to rake the field. You always ended up fighting that. They're on the edge, they're more in the shade, they got weird weeds, there's plug spots. A lot of times you'd end up running it over and having a bale start on 2 and then run around with the rake and kick it in once you had a couple rounds off. Try to dry it a little better, but it's one of those things, you did it because that's the way you always did it. Somewhere along the line I realized you could make your double anywhere. So currently I usually double 3 and 4. So it's just one of those things that struggled with for years, and I gotta say that, I mean, you can make it whatever row you want it to. You could go in further if you wanted, if it got thin further in, but it seems to help having that double a ways into the field. The 50 looks tiny buried in these windrows. I just leave it in the middle so I don't have to make a mess coming out of here. Even if I crank it up, I'll still drag these things. That's the double right there. See, the trouble with this trefoil is this. This was cut late Thursday. It's noon Sunday. Now this up on top won't be too bad if I leave it out here in the sun for a little bit. It'll be all right. I mean, a little bit here and there is okay. I imagine there's going to be a few bales in here that I'll pull a whole green. Going to have a green slab in them. Pile them on the front, kick them to the side. And sadly, the sun got partly cloudy here, so we'll see what it does, but it only took me an hour and 15 minutes to rake this nicely. I got it all cleaned up over there nice so you don't have to fight that. Made some short rounds on the end there. A little triangle. Should be able to bale the outside real nice, 6 rounds in, and then have spots. I had to run another double from the tree line to the little rock pile there to open that up, but that's all right. It's pretty grassy right there. But we'll see what it does. If we start baling that double and it's heavy, we'll jump in and maybe I'll tip it over. Stop baling for 5 minutes and run around and flop it the other way. Bale the rest of it and get it last. But I don't think it's going to be too bad. This stuff is a lot leafier than yesterday's over mature Timothy, which was nice hay, just old. Not that this stuff is any younger, but there's a lot more legume here. Finer grass. Okay, let's discuss baler knots in the comments. So, over the years, you know, you gotta tie a square knot. You gotta trim the ends. I've seen guys pound them with a wrench to get them flattened out. I've seen guys thin the twine out on the end to get as small a knot as possible, but still with enough to hold it together. I decided somewhere along the line that since no matter how perfect I did it, advice of lots of different people, seen it done lots and lots of times, and I would say that 50% success rate. I mean, it was just kind of a given. Oh, we switched roles. We gotta One way it made it, one didn't. Rethread the needles, pop it, throw your bale back through. 20 years ago, I started tying an overhand bale knot. I try to get out to the end where it's a little bit smaller, and it certainly isn't any worse, and I would say that I probably clear 75% of them. It's definitely better than my square knot tying and monkeying around. So that's my theory on it. I'm going to keep doing it. I think it's one of those, there is no right or wrong. Comment what you think or what you use if you run a square baler. Well, it's really nice. Moisture's good. Haven't had any green problems. Had a couple wiregrass bales from by the trees over there that were a floppy mess. I kicked them off and they both exploded on the ground, but I'll either rebale them at the end or pick them up for bedding. Alright, I'm just throwing these out of the way, but yeah, that trefoil's nice. Moisture's just about where it should be. I lucked out here. I'm supposed to be filming here, I'm not filming. Well, we got 2 rounds and about 2/3 of the way around the, got 100 on there around the doubled row, and the doubled row is fine. Can almost take a couple of cranks on the tension here, but they're coming out nice and solid and even length, so we'll call it good. I'm gonna fill this next trailer too, and then we'll probably go unload the both of them. So yesterday I went on a rant about New Holland's metering system. I was good till the 3rd load yesterday, and then they started all over the place. I've seen that when hay conditions change, especially when they get too dry. I just rebaled 3 of them that were, that's somewhat normal. There's a short one. So I just rebaled 3 of them that were almost 2 bales long, and they're just coming in randomly. It's like, I don't know. We're making these short rounds here, almost done, and that's probably got something to do with it, because that's what it went on us yesterday. This running between rows, it don't like it.
Here's Will, hard at work. All for the horses. You got some twine. Cody and Maddie are up in the loft. Way up high.
Comes on those super bales. Okay. Tell the people, thanks for watching, like and subscribe.
You heard him. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't.